Okay, so this is my first kind of non-action video. I thought this one would be pretty useful because I've noticed I've been looking around trying to find stuff and I couldn't find anything for it. So I thought I would go ahead and make one myself for anybody else who ends up in my position. Basically, my problem is I have my climbing helmet. I have a Black Diamond Captain, and I got done with an outdoor trip today, and I hit my head, or not my head, but like I knocked the GoPro into a rock, the mount. I had it as a front mount kind of right here. This is where everybody else mounts their GoPro for most normal videos, as far as like mountain biking or anything like that. But in retrospect, that is not a good idea for climbing, especially if you're tight on the rock and your mount kind of pushes your GoPro forward, because whenever you have, whenever you need to look down, especially if you're lead climbing and you need to grab your rope, you're going to be knocking your camera into the wall a whole lot, and it just kind of puts it more at risk. So I'm going to be mounting 2 mounts this time because I use this helmet for all of my outdoor adventures. I'll be putting one a lot higher up. So the last one before, I had it mounted forward like this. I'm going to be placing this one a lot higher up. That way whenever I look down to like grab my rope or something, I am not immediately smashing it right into the wall that's usually like right here. It can be a little bit further back, and also might give me a little bit better views if whenever I look up. Only problem is it'll be harder to get views whenever I look down, but it's just something I'm gonna have to live with so that my GoPro does not fly off of my helmet again. The other position that I'm looking into is doing kind of like a helmet cam on the side. Only problem about how I'm kind of worried I'm going to approach this is this helmet is kind of shaped in a dome. It has a lot of these vents on the side, so wherever I go, I'm not really going to get full contact. And it also might mess with the center of gravity. And as you can see, it doesn't really it doesn't get full surface covering, but this is probably the closest I'm going to be able to get. I'm not going to run that all the time. It's only going to be in certain scenarios. I'm primarily going to run the top one just because that's the most normal layout. But anything, yeah, so if I put it sideways like this, it's kind of canted, which isn't necessarily horrible, but makes it harder to tweak in post. So I'm probably going to try and put it lower down to make it the most even. Also, another problem with that is it's going to look ridiculous when I'm wearing the helmet. But that's something I'm just going to have to live with. Right, so the best way to get started is you're going to want to make sure you have a clean surface whenever you are applying these pads. Most of the time, people use isopropyl alcohol and water in a 50-50 mix. That's really specific, and I only have what I have access to in my dorm. So I'm just going to use some surface cleaner that removes dirt. Nothing too crazy, but I'm just going to throw it on napkin. And I'm just going to clean my surfaces with this. Okay. Next step is going to be placing it on this piece right here. The white end is going to attach here. Make it as even as possible. A lot of people do a lot of specific math with this, like taking a ruler, marking out parallel things, make sure they get right in the center. I am just gonna eyeball it, if I'm being completely honest. It's not too big and not too professional, so it's not really something I'm too extremely worried about. So another thing that you can do, and that I'm going to do to help with the stick and help with the molding, is you can take a lighter and you can heat up the adhesive and kind of agitate it and make it kind of warp to the helmet better. So that's what I'm gonna do. It smells really bad. See, it kind of starts to bubble, and that's what you're looking for, is the bubbling. Try not to burn yourself though. Alright, that's probably good. I'm just gonna find kind of a topward spot and place it where I think the middle is. I'm just gonna press it really hard. Try and get as much surface contact as you can. So yeah, before I had it right here, this is kind of type 1, type 2, type 3 location. So throw it on the type 3, and that should be a lot better for not hitting it on the surfaces in front of me. So a little bit of lift on this side. So I'm just gonna kind of hold it down on the sides to make sure the sides stick. Sure it's sticking as much, just to get as much surface contact as you can. Yeah. So I'm a little off center, but I can live with that. Yeah, it's fine. You can definitely see it from the back. It's facing that way a little bit more, but it's whatever. I'm climbing and it's rough footage. So I'm just going to repeat the same process for this right side right here. It's not connected here, but that's not really where you're going to be getting most of the contact. I feel like when you're climbing, you're going to give me most of the contact. It's going to be a downward force, so it's most importantly to get contact right here. Yeah, this top one seems really solid, you know. Don't really feel any lift coming from this one. And then I have the dedicated GoPro mount. Yeah, that's kind of how it should look. I can't put my GoPro in there for the video because it is attached to my head, but I feel like this one's a little bit more even. Yeah, that is my methodology and recommendation as far as placement, at least for the top. Don't quote me on the side. this is just me coming up with stuff because I'm just looking for more replacements, and I use this helmet for a lot of stuff. And having a view from here, you know, give a helmet cam might be pretty cool later on, especially for mountaineering. But at least for the top, I would definitely recommend putting the mount way higher up on climbing helmets. That way you're not knocking into the wall every time you're looking down to, say, grab your rope for a lead climb. Yeah, I hope this was of help, because I couldn't find any videos on it when I was trying to figure out how to do this the first time. So it was kind of just whatever I saw for mountain biking videos. But obviously this is not a mountain biking helmet or the sport of mountain biking. So a little bit different approach. Yeah, thank you so much for watching.